Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
Most names in the index today gaining ground, 436 to the upside, only 64 losing ground.
Similar story when you take a look at the sector level as well. Almost a perfect score, 10 of 11 in the green. And you can see that circle is incredibly green, leading gains today. Materials, a sector we don't often see at the top of the leaderboard, but Dow Chemical in particular had a good day. Healthcare, consumer discretionary also big up there. Your lone loser, energy, but even that barely in the red.
Before we get to the gainers and decliners on the day, I'll actually start with the big gainer, and that was Rent the Runway, a 30% pop in the shares. But that's now moving lower in the after-hours trade. The company reporting revenue for the most recent quarter of about $80.9 million and a loss per share of about $6.55. I need to get you some comparisons here, but we should point out they are providing guidance for the current quarter of 82 to 84 million, which looks like it might be just a tad bit light than what the street was looking for. The share is pulling back just about 5% here in the after-hours session.
Right, but as you said, a gain of 30% in the regular session, so quite a different tone here. Hey, I'm going to get to some of the individual gainers. Got to talk about Warner Brothers Discovery, guys, up as much as 37%. Popping on the news that Paramount, Skydance said to be getting ready for a bid to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, a mostly cash offer. Are Lucas Shaw and also Wall Street Journal pointing this out initially. So this is your number one gainer in the S&P 500. So some outperformance there, finishing the day, Warner Brothers Discovery with a gain of just shy of 29%. Another top gainer in the major indices today, Synopsys. This one, a gain of almost 13%, up for a seventh day, rallying after Citi and Miller Tabak highlighted potential upside. Let me go back to Synopsys, top gainer in the S&P 500. Got a lot of crazy notes because things are moving around today.
Just trying to shake the sand off your paper there.
Out of my brain, too. Application software company. It did drop nearly 36% in yesterday's session. That was its worst single-day decline on record due to U.S. export restrictions, contributing to a slowdown in China. So investors coming back into this name today, again, up about 13%. And then this one, Micron Technology, rallying about 7.5%, again, an outperformer in those major indices. Citi and Miller Tabak highlighting potential upside when the company reports earnings on September 23rd. They touted the chipmaker's growth potential in the data center market, where AI services have stoked demand. We know that story. Citi, by the way, boosted its price target, Tim, to 175 from 150, saying the company would guide well above consensus when it reports on September.
And just real quickly, two honorable mentions. I just want to point out Figure Technology, the fintech going public today, had a great day on the street, up 24%. And how about Opendoor, Tim? I know you've been following that. It's still a relatively small stock, but the founders are returning to the board here. 70% pop in the stock today.
Can I just say this is why my paper was a mess? I had Opendoor and I had Figure, and then I had to cross them out because
no excuses on this show.
Anyway,
you got to make the choices. For
I know it's hard sometimes.
That's okay. On the decliners side, easy picks for the worst performers in the S&P 500 today: Oracle and Netflix among them. Oracle down 6.2%. You know what? Yesterday was its best day since 1992, up 36%. In fact, just since those earnings on September 9th, 2 days ago, analysts raised price targets. 23 analysts raised price targets by an average of 35%. Still up 86% so far this year. Not really putting a dent into this performance yesterday and this year. But the worst performer in the S&P, down 6.2%. Netflix, Carol mentioned the Paramount, Skydance, Warner Brothers Discovery potential marriage. Watching Netflix in the wake of that, because Netflix and YouTube and just streaming in general are a major driving force in spin-offs and consolidation that we are seeing in the media industry. Essentially, this would be to better take on the streamers. Netflix taking a hit as a result. Shares did move lower after the Wall Street Journal did report this out. Netflix down 3.5% today. And finally, Delta Airlines taking a little bit of a hit on the day today. This as the company said that the front of the cabin is performing well, but still seeing some laggards when it comes to the main part of the cabin, Romaine.
A big after-hours mover right now is Adobe. That company out with earnings, the shares, the knee-jerk reaction is to the upside. The company saying that in the most recent quarter, revenue did come in slightly above guidance, $5.99 billion. A similar story for EPS, $5.31. The street was looking for $5.18. Here's your forecast going forward for the full fiscal year, which basically just includes one more quarter. Revenue of 23.65 to 23.7. That is a slight raise in guidance from the previous outlook that it had provided. Similar story for digital media revenue as well as the digital experience revenue. Digital media revenue for the fourth quarter, the company says 4.53 to 4.56 billion is what to expect. The street on average coming into today, guys, was looking for 4.51. That means the lower end of the range is above the average of street estimates.
And you can see shares flying right now as we have up on the screen. This is a story that needed to happen for Adobe. Shares down about 21% coming in to today's print year to date. And as we've been discussing, Adobe has become sort of the poster child for being left behind on the software side when it comes to AI and hardware. That's probably Apple that has that crown, but Adobe may be climbing out a little bit from that hole.
A little bit of commentary. The company's saying in its release, given our customer strategy, AI product innovation, and strong go-to-market execution, we're pleased to once again raise our fiscal year 25 total revenue and EPS targets. So that explains also why you're seeing investors pretty excited as well. Stock up about 7% here in the aftermarket.
Yeah, Dan Durn, Executive Vice President, CFO, echoing the comments from Shantanu Narayan, the company's CEO, saying that they're raising their fiscal year revenue and EPS targets. They're executing against a growth strategy to deliver category-leading and AI-infused solutions to meet the diverse needs of our customers. Shares taking a surge higher today.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.